Oh, here's the 16 horsepower Briggs & Stratton synchro balanced engine. Got the shroud off. I had to cut the bolts off right here because the nuts, let's see if I can find one. Here's one. They're so rusty that they were just actually spinning. They would have originally been pressed into the side of the shroud here or welded or something. And they broke free and they were just spinning free right there. So I took my hacksaw there and just cut them right off. The rest of them came off. There's one here, one there, and one right here. They all came out. Got the shroud right here. See, here's those nuts the way they're supposed to be. So I've got another plan of something I'm going to use to put there. See if I can find one. I'm just going to use one of these with a sheet metal screw. That's what my tractor uses to hold the hood on. The John Deere over there. So I'll just slide one of these on here somehow. Might have to cut it or trim it a little bit. Actually, it looks like it fit. There we go. Aha! I'll just have to bend the metal up a little bit just to make it fit a little bit better. But that's going to work. Special. Okay, I tested my magneto here. This is the coil. I checked it to make sure that there was a little bit of resistance. I take one probe, put it right here, and the other probe goes on this terminal. And if you get a little bit of a resistance reading, that's what you want. A little bit of resistance will let you know that this wire here has continuity, coil's got continuity, and this wire here's got continuity. And the resistance is good because you're going to be getting a little bit of resistance through the coil anyways. It acts a little bit like a resistor. You get some, yeah, a little bit of resistance is good. So I have to check for continuity between this. This is an isolated terminal point right there. It's insulated from the frame. As you can see, it's got a washer behind there. I got to make sure it's still insulated. That is where the kill wire connects to. The points and condenser connect to that, and the coil connects to that common point. And I have to make sure it's still isolated from the frame. Governor system's also good. Here's where the points and condenser go. This right here is the push rod that controls the points, and the water had been getting into there. And it's all nice and corroded inside this cover. I gotta clean that out with some steel wool. I got the points right here. They were very dirty, and this is why it wasn't getting spark. I had hooked it up to a battery and coil, as you can see there. Still hooked up. And I was getting a really weak spark because these points, well, I've got the spring off right now. They're very, very dirty, and I just cleaned them up with some very fine sandpaper right there. It's like, I don't remember, 2000 grit or something. So yeah, that one's off. Here's my carburetor. The fuel system on this engine actually appears to be pretty clean. So when I get spark, I'm going to try and put a little bit of fuel in the system without cleaning it and see how we go. It appears to have been put away dry. There's not even a vent hole in that cover, so I don't think water ever got into it. So we're going to see what we get. I just got to top off the oil. It's not down much, it's only down a real little bit, but I want to have it topped off before I go testing it. And what year was this engine? 1974 Briggs & Stratton. Yeah, it's a big one. Here's my old Briggs. Got spark. The points are really bad. Funny thing about it running just now, I have not actually opened the carburetor bowl. I popped out the Welch plug right there, and I cleaned out the air passageway. I haven't touched the inside of the carburetor though. I haven't even loosened those 4 screws. Awesome. And I stole the muffler off another engine, so I'll have to find something for this one. Told you I got it sparking again. Now I just gotta get a fuel valve on it that actually works. Tripod right now. I am going to actually attempt to start this thing. I have not yet. You can still see I've got the battery back there because it's still having trouble getting spark. But right now it's completely running off its own magneto. I got it sparking. Not the strongest spark in the world, but it's a spark. And I do have a little bit of gas in the tank, not a whole lot. Hopefully it's enough to conduct this test. I'm going to turn on the fuel valve. And I better get a tin can here because I don't know if it's going to leak on me or not. I haven't even tried this fuel bowl yet. I've got my spray bottle ready in case I need to prime. Okay, I'm turning on the fuel. And my cement bowl is going to leak. Of course. I'm just going to fill up the carburetor bowl. Oh boy, this is leaking good. Okay, well I'm just going to turn it on long enough to get some fuel in there. Leaking over here. Okay. Full choke. Wouldn't it be cool if this thing actually runs? I topped off the oil. I've got a brand new spark plug in it. I have my homemade kill switch hooked up, and I have a throttle cable hooked up to it. Nothing yet. Oh man, I hope this thing runs. It might not, but I don't know if the spark's strong enough. I might have to actually prime some fuel into her. Get it running. Ah. Problem with these big rope starts, sometimes the rope wants to slip. Sure doesn't spin over many times. A lot of compression. Look at that! Woohoo! It runs! Funny thing about it running just now, I have not actually opened the carburetor bowl. I popped out the Welch plug right there, and I cleaned out the air passageway. I haven't touched the inside of the carburetor though. I haven't even loosened those four